Okay, thank you, Gani. All right, I'll start, and I would like to invite everybody to, like usual, press F to filters and go with Aldo's card. Okay, card check. Aldo, your update, please.
Okay, I'm going to start with Initiative C, MC 7.0, Get Generous Right as Bad Networking. The updates, I already answered the following up questions from them, and I already attached the screenshot of my answers, and I'm also starting to write article about cleanliness standard. I will need help from Andre to give me the details about the CSD program. I also attached the paper there, but it's not finished yet. Uh, that's it. Let's go to initiative B, MD 5.0. My updates here. Pavel agreed to meet on Thursday, but he hasn't give yet, and I will follow up to him today. Next to MD 4.0, so we already have this meeting with Adam Chronister, but it's not. But apparently, it's not. He's not well experienced in social media, but his expertise is in SEO. And I will dig there on context that he mentioned from the meeting on Saturday. That's all from my updates. Back to Mr.
Okay, thank you, Aldo. I see we got guests here. Mas Bayu, if you got a business to talk about, please write it on the discussion paper that we have. And we'll probably spend about 15 minutes on updating the Scrum first. After that, we go to the discussion paper. All right. Okay, I would like to invite everybody to uncheck Aldo's filters and go to mine. I'll start my update from the initiative A, card in A1.3. So, okay, based on the Saturday breakout meetings that I have with Rizal and Gani, the progress is the manage my properties on layout finalization. And the next milestone, I will modify the section based on the feedback and change the font size based on the brand book. And I will change the manage property on the navigation bar as well. While Gani will modify the layout based on feedback and add the end page CTA. And Rizal will add a mid page and end page CTA on our partners page and revise the value proposition of the marketing jargon, and also add feature section on our partners page. And the last thing is set up the forminator on my management property page. That's the update of the milestone for website migration. I'll move to initiative B, card MB 4.0, the virtual tour. So the NH Residence 360 virtual tour is done. If you scroll down to the comments, you can click on the link and see the tour. If you want to comment as well, you can comment on my card as well. And next to initiative C, the brand book, Preview 4.0 rebranding. So based on the feedback last time about the milestone for the brand book, I already make and attach the milestone for the brand book there. If you want to know the details, you can go to the link that I've attached there. And then I will move to the co-branding opportunity with Asia Exchange. There's no update from this card. So I'll move on to initiative D, the MD 2.1, getting first proof of concept for the app. So as requested, the meeting pointers and the summary is there in the comment. So from the first owner that I interviewed, she's not really using Beaker not too often. Once a month to look at the report. The most visited page is the revenue report, and still prefer a WhatsApp update than looking at the arrival list. And after I pitched the feature of arrival list, he asked where can she find the arrival list. And when I introduced the new feature, the housekeeping checklist, the feedback is they don't really need it yet because they think that they already do it and on the daily basis as well. And I suggest the BD team to improve the feature by giving it to the staff instead of the owner. Hence, we'll show the owner the true function of the feature, which is the more transparency or visibility on the cleanliness and the checklist, all the housekeeping checklist that the staff did. And for the revenue report page comment, mostly still the old comment that the owner used to say to us, why my money still sometimes go to PP. And from this, the takeaways is like for the marketing team, I and probably the future team that will pitch this and do this activity to owner, we need to sharpen knowledge of finance process when explaining this to the owner. And I can see that this could be reduced by delivering the feedback back to the product development team. So I asked to give an action button to the revenue page so that the owner can request for help from the Bukit Vista team. So that's about the summary of the first interview with the owner. So I would like to invite everybody to uncheck my filter and go through Gani's filters instead. And Gani, your update, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Uh, okay, I will start giving update from Initiative B. The card is MB 3.0, the monthly rate and CSC campaign on Facebook and Instagram. So the update is today I will create the campaign for Vira Aquilia and Vira Kanha. And then I have a sub discussion with RM and HR team about inquiry tracking flow. So yeah, this is the update of this card. Uh, and the next is moving to Initiative C. The card is MC 3.2 for Instagram and Facebook brand awareness. So the update is okay. I have tried Facebook content management called DrumUp.io for current and scheduling posts. We can input a keyword or topic that identify and are likely to be present in the content that we are looking for. So I already attached the screenshot below that. The first is this is the first post that the schedule automatically posted by drum up tools, and then below it we can put the keyword that we can find the content or article that we want to post them automatically to our Facebook. So yeah, that's the tools. And the second is I already delegating, curate, and upload content on Instagram to Kezia, and you can check the paper below to see the details. Yeah, I think that's from my update. Thank you.
One quick question, Gani, on your initiative B card, the monthly rate MCSC campaign. You mentioned about having a sub discussion with RM and HR about inquiry tracking flow.
Yeah.
What is inquiry tracking flow?
So after I'm posting the campaign, the poster to several groups, and the inquiry tracking flow means that who will track the on the comment, who will track the message that come into our inbox. Is it Nadine or is it Lilis? So we have to decide who person that in charge to answer and respond to the message.
So it's never been done before from the previous campaign?
On the previous campaign should be Nadine, but I don't know. Nadine want to have some discussion again. So maybe a little bit change on the.
I see. Okay, got it. Thank you, Gani. Okay, so I would like to invite everybody to uncheck Gani's filter and moving on to Jing. Jing, would you like to deliver your update now?
Yes, give me a second. Okay, let me get back online. All right, so thank you very much, Mrs. Chair. Go to my filters. Okay, so the machine. All right, this is in regards to the Russian title translation. So we got the machine prepared. Aldo has picked it up, and I've. Okay, thank you, Kezia, for finishing the first 100 snippets. So Aldo has picked up the machine. I'll leave it up to him for the tracking. I think once it's been posted, but that should be on its way over to Kezia soon. Next, over to D.3, first interviews with property owners in Bali. We've already had the interview with Gary. I'll go ahead and put the link to the notes from the interview there on the list, and we plan on still having some more discussions with. Now we have some Bali owners, so I think we can pivot over to also some international owners, see if they'd be interested in hearing us out. And okay, property developers in Thailand. Let's see what the update is. Thank you, Aldo, for updating that. Okay, there seems to be some engagement with a property developer, and we have scheduled email at 1 p.m. today. Wow, cool. All right, so I guess we're having a talk then, yeah? Okay. All right, cool. Thank you, Aldo, for that update. So, yeah, for those people looking to get some insight on our product, this is the first time with a potential foreign partner. Okay, thank you, Aldo.
I see that you have one more card, MD 3.2. Do you want to discuss it now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So I popped a new card as a new pivot, D 3.2. And this is first interviews with property partners in Malaysia, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. This was from the follow-up with Aster Wong. And I haven't followed up on this one yet, but I'll take a look and I'll write it back on the card.
I see. Just a quick question. You, I see this is a pivot card, and then there's a Malaysia, Taiwan, Hong Kong as a destination that you want to target. Is there any particular reason that you want to target in this area?
Oh, yeah, it was just the opportunity because Aster had reached out to us about an interview that we had done, and then I saw that she was an expert in these areas. So this is more because we have the resource. So let's see if this if we can get any initial sort of traction. I think we talked about this actually at the last. Oh, maybe it was on Friday. Yeah, but Aster showed up through LinkedIn. She wanted to connect with us because of the article I had written about a previous person that we had done some professional networking with. So she happened to be a market manager for these areas or hotel supply. So since she was already reaching out to us, we thought there could be some opportunities in partnering with Aster, or at least getting some basic mentorship from Aster as well.
I see. Got it.
Oh,
Okay.
I also changed the number of the card. If it's a pivot card, this is D3.3, not 3.2.
So pivot from the Thailand one.
Yes, it's a simultaneous pivot. So I'm going to be writing both at the same time.
Okay. Got it. Thank you, Jing. Okay, I'll invite everyone to uncheck Jing's filter and move to Keisha. Keisha, your time to shine.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. So my update is, as you can see in the comment on my pivot card, start from today, I use research about new pivot, about prioritize for doing interaction content and stories in Bukit Vista Instagram. And I also write down or already done making the timeline, as you can see in the screenshot, or maybe in the paper names bank for content Instagram based on the interaction performance result. And also today, I have breakout meeting with Mas Gani to get the feedback and get the approve from him about my timeline and my idea about this research new pivot card. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Keisha. And don't forget to also make the Chico invitation there. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yep.
Moving on to Resolve card. Resolve, your update, please.
Okay, thank you. Start from my initiative. It's from card MA.4.1 to reach out time market. So the ads is already done. Currently, the winning of this A/B test is from AdSet A. Got more link click and CPC is more lower. And I will abandon this card but still keep the record, and I will join Aldo to using professional networking to reach the P2P developer. So I will my intended result will be I will learn more about how to reach out in another market, such as in other in another country outside Thailand. Yeah, I think that's from the card MA.4.1, and next to MA.2.2. The ad is still running, and yeah, the the result is right now is HZA is winning for now. Total click got 100, and HZB total click got 70. But I still on progress enhance the landing page using Kadibas template. Yeah, that's for the update. And next to initiative C, there's no update yet, and I still on progress on editing the video. And I will move to initiative D, hotel partner preparing the BV product and services. So my update is already create the ads plan for hotel resort owner, and if you want to open the ads plan, you can open the link paper link on the first comment on the top, and I will launch after the Scrum. And then I also attach about bigger app in the current landing page. I will copy the Adibas template landing page, and then I also already joining the Bali vacancy group on Facebook and screening the post. So from that post, I will know where's the property owners or hotel owners that I will sending the proposal next. Yeah, that's from my update. Yeah, that's from my back to Mr.
Okay, thank you, Rizal. One thing, the short-term ads to reach out Thai market card. Before you discard it, maybe it's good also to I mean, I would like to know what's the takeaway from this pivot card, like what is working and what's not based on the result, right? I mean, we understand that you mentioned there the ad set A is more successful than the ad set B. So what does it say? This is number, but what does it say? What's the difference between ad set A and B again?
I see. Yeah. So from the ad set A, ad set A and ad set B, I set the difference from the audience. So from the ad set A, or it's less interest. So like the audience it's only the Thai expat, and then the married status, and then the graduate status. But for the HZB is more it's more interest, like they are property owners, they are interest on the vacational rental vacational rental home, and then interest about ROI, and yeah, that's on my that's the thing that I remember. But I'm not attached to this comment.
So to simplify, what you just say is so our takeaway from this pivot card is the less the interest are, it produce more impression and reach more people, and also got more click link.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, got it. Thank you, Rizal. We invite everyone to uncheck results filter now, and we're moving on to Moayan's card. Moayan, is there any update on initiative A?
For my update is that actually I'm following up with the floating leaf. So I try to contact them and then have like online talk with them regarding pricing um, and also strategy. But I'm not sure if the owner like tech savvy, but they prefer on WhatsApp call. So I already update um, my comment on it. So what the next to do, I will ping the either Jim and revenue to discuss about pricing of the property or the resort.
See, what is floating leaf again?
Floating Leaf is a resort uh, in Ubud that Rizal add lead, so that I'm following on that.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you, Mo.
Yeah.
And I think that's all the update from the Trello. Let me check. All right. So let's move to the discussion paper. All right. Let's see. Don't see. Okay. Mas Bayu, do you have anything to say to that you need to say to marketing team? I'll open the floor for the guest first. I'm sorry, you're muted.
Yeah. Okay, so it's wait, I think it's different paper, yeah. Okay, but it's okay. I'm actually just want to ask for the idea that you put on the product development, the promote app on website. So we want to consider that, but I need to answer some of the questions first, basically before we go with that project. So, who will champion this project from marketing?
Okay, so basically I put that down on the BD the Trello because we are currently building the website and migrate the website, and we want to add some bigger element to it. So there's a mock-up and things like that, and we want to know what the features the features you want to highlight the most, and the features that I believe we have like 3 slots for that, so things like that basically. And what will be the landing page if like a person like interested on like getting this app. For now, we're currently just linked it to the P1 page 1 of Bigger, which is the sign up page. But yeah, I think that could be discussed more with the PD team as well.
So, will it be worked on the marketing or the product development? This page, the website.
I don't think it'll be a long discussion. Probably just a 1 or 2 meetup for this landing page. I think it's better on PD.
Oh, okay. So it's a landing page on Bigger or landing page
on the website. Bukit Vista website.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay, so you only want some information, right? Not building, right?
Not much, I perceive. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So so I think I guess we can discuss that on PD then.
Yeah. Anything else, maybe, Mas Bayu?
No. Just
Okay.
looking for updates and what's happening.
Okay. Sorry to waste your time there.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mas Bayu, you're welcome to stay, but I will try to carry on with the discussion paper with the marketing team. And okay, let's see. I've seen this topic. I think not discussed yet. Yeah, compliments to the new culture of written documentation on travel card. Is this discussed yet? From Jimmy?
Oh, that's just a compliment. So what I've noticed is actually I was giving a talk at Unpad yesterday, and they were asking
Mhm.
about remote working. One of the things I think that it's not just remote working, but it's just a good behavior or it's just a good culture to write things down. If you ask like what's the biggest difference between remote working and not remote working is I think we rely far more on written communication than on verbal communication. And verbal communication is undocumented. It's also hard to remember what did you say, we had this thing, we talked about this, but both parties don't remember. So I think this idea of forcing written documentation, and then the second part of directing it to a specific location where it's very relevant, like the Trello card, is great. And I want to compliment the chapter for using that very well.
I see. Okay, thank you, Jing. I'll try to look at the topics. Next topic is this. So I don't know. I found this at the property partners email. So this is I came across the what is it? Let me refresh my own memory. Oh yeah. So I don't know whether this is an opportunity or not. This is why I actually bring this to a discussion thread. So this is basically a person emailing to our property partners email. I think they're like us because they said that the goal is to create their goal is to create a leading platform for people trying to find long-term properties here in Bali. Uh, I don't know. I see it as a one way as a competitor, but at one point I also see it if they are already like going this first, maybe is it an opportunity for like networking as well to like, connect to other people like another player in the game as well. So I'm open to discussion. Want to know what you guys think as well. Probably I'll go first with Aldo. What do you think about this, man?
I think this is more of like a OTA platform like Airbnb, but it's for the long term. So I think it it can be an opportunity for us to upload our listing, but we have to know the procedure and the flow of this app.
I see. What about you, Gani? What do you think, man?
I think it's a good opportunity to ask, but same with Ultra, I think we need to contact her first and asking about the details. What's the goal? What is the flow of the business? And yeah, we have to know the detail first, and then we can determine what's next action.
I see. Result? Any thoughts?
I think it's like 50-50, but I prefer on not agree with this idea because our long-term idea is to win the short-term games. So I'm not fit with this. But for the I don't know, like for this uh, 2 or 3 months, maybe we can collaborate if we want to agree with this focusing on these deals. Yeah, I think that's from me.
Got it. And Keisha, what do you think?
Dah. Okay. I think yeah, I agree with Mas Rizal, like 50-50 about it, but maybe I agree about we can collaborate with her. Maybe at least 3 months. About collaborate like what we can learn from this. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Moya, any thoughts from your point of view? I'm sorry, you're muted, Mo.
From my side, yeah, this is like not our first is not like our vision, but to survive, I think we can see like as MVP, it's but we need to choose the champion to look after this new initiative. Otherwise, it will be like confused for everyone. Yeah, very much from my side.
I see. Got it. Jing, what do you think? Is this a worth effort or not worth effort?
You'll have to come back to me on this one because this is pretty interesting. I'm trying to identify this a few ways. This I see it as closest probably to where Rizal sees it. It looks like it's a long-term distraction, but it could be a short-term opportunity, or it could be a short-term threat. So these things, for example, it really depends. We have a lot of power in this game, right? For something like this, they have the platform, but we have the content, so to speak. So if we choose not to cooperate with them, then we sort of choose not to. We choose not to actually allow them to get strong, right? But if we choose to cooperate with them, then we choose to invest our powers into them, and they get a huge step up. So it's a little bit political even, right? So the politics of this is around, do we want to actually have this, what value does Bukit Vista provide over time if they become successful? That's the way I see it, right? So do we provide any value if this platform becomes successful? What would be the reason for an owner not to just list themselves onto it? So the value that we provide them is we save them years of business development work, right? They don't have to go out and find partnerships themselves. So we bring a lot of value to that table right away. But what value can they provide us? Maybe just a few bookings. But if they're successful over time, the shift of power goes over to their side, where if they become successful, then we lose our audience, in fact, we lose our community, because what would the community need Bukit Vista for if they could just go directly onto this app? So I think it's a short-term opportunity, but it's definitely a long-term competitor. Not in a direct way, not like they're going after short-term rentals, but by let's say placing things to their platform, we are enabling them to grow their side and challenge our expertise, which we do not have an expertise on. Now, this is a little bit like Airbnb too, right? Like this is the same feeling I dealt with when we had to decide whether or not to use our website or with Airbnb. The easiest way, based on experience, to decide how this goes is actually it's really simple. Just check out how much momentum they're carrying, right? Don't be the first to participate. There's no reason to enable that, because they can say, "Oh, we got Bukit Vista on our hands," then that will help accelerate their growth too. But just watch how much they grow on their own. If they're growing incredibly large amounts of supply, just independently, then we need to re-examine this opportunity, because it could be if everybody jumps on it and you don't jump on it, then you miss the boat, so to speak. But long-term wise, I don't know. Long-term wise, this is a competitor, and by sending our community over there, it could create a threat, right, over time. So they do seem local. I would look up more about who Ray was for my opportunity, and see if she's an experienced entrepreneur, and see if she really had a long-term vision, or is this like a play app? And look at the person more to see whether they could actually bring this into fruition. But okay, yeah, that's just me sort of thinking about it and sharing my feedback.
I see. Okay. Thank you, Jing, for the feedback, and thank you everyone also for the feedback. From where I see, I don't think we got a full clarity on this opportunity, so-called. And can I Jing, you mentioned that you want to do a bit of the dig down for this Radar and the new Door app since end of She said that she's the co-founder on it. So because this is also like a business decision as well, can I delegate this a bit of a research of her to you?
Yeah. I think this is a business strategy decision. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Keisha, probably as a secretary, can you help me to record that so that in the next discussion we can also get back to this and follow up with what Jing has found.
Could I get her name again? On that, Ray, if we could zoom in again.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Ray Maisara.
Sada. Okay. All right. I'll try to see who she is.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. I think that's it. I don't see any other discussion thread that's new. Did I miss something? Is there anything that we need to follow up before I enter Scrum? No. Yeah. Okay. All right. If that's it, that's all, then I'll stop sharing. Keisha, as secretary, can you help me to summarize today's meetings and the breakout meetings that is scheduled for today?
Yeah, okay. So I think we have breakout meeting, me with Mas Gani, and I think that's one breakout meeting, only one. Is there?
Hello, Keisha.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hello,
Sorry,
we
we
only
lost
have
you.
one breakout meeting, I guess.
Between you and Gani, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the help, Keisha. And I'll appoint the next chair. It's going to be Gani. The next secretary will be Rizal. And next recorder will be me. Is everyone available for the next duty? Mantap. Okay.